Hey, good morning. So more than a half Queens all the way through Philadelphia. But look at what was happening in New York. When you've got 60 to 75-mile-per-hour winds busting through, you're going to end up changing things, and not in a good way. This was New York's time lapse. And of course, this is the same storm, the severe storm that went through Central Park, and it created lightning that hit a tree. And unfortunately, a 15-year-old was sheltering under that tree, which we don't want to do in storms. Thankfully, he is okay. He's in the hospital with some severe burns. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania also had the trees down. And in Bethesda, Maryland, you had power lines falling into that truck, and it went on fire. Thankfully, everybody was okay there. Now, behind this, it's all about the heat. From New Orleans up through Green Bay, we've got heat advisories. Minneapolis, extreme heat warning right now. But those extreme heat watches go from Detroit, Pittsburgh to Philadelphia. What I want to point out is that it peaks in the Midwest and the Northern Plains here on Saturday. Look at Minneapolis, at a record possible on Saturday of 97. But here are the heat indices, which are also going to feel like 107 here on Monday. And Rebecca, it has been 13 years since we've hit the actual temperature of 100 in New York or Philadelphia. We're going to get close Monday, Tuesday.
Wow, and pay attention to those heat advisories, Ginger.
Yep.
Thank you. To you, Ginger.
And stay with us, your local weather in 30 seconds. Coming up, it is 50 years to the day now that Jaws first scared us all out of the water. We're going to tell you another big honor that the classic is getting. Plus, can weight loss be contagious? What some families are learning about popular weight loss medications. And the families that are proving it really does take a village to raise a child. I could have told you that. Your local news and weather next. It does. Clustered in the Northeast. We lost more than 500,000 customers without power at the peak of it. And this was the storm that blasted through New York City, the lightning that hit Central Park, and one 15-year-old is in the hospital this morning after sheltering under a tree and being struck. Now, we also had downed trees in Philadelphia. We had them all the way down to Washington, D.C., and the damaging wind is now gone. But today, the damaging wind threat goes from Stillwater, North Dakota, right through Bismarck and Fargo over to Duluth. It's later this afternoon and evening, and behind this, and kind of bubbling up underneath that, is the heat. We're talking about the peak of the heat here in the Great Lakes and the Midwest or the Northern Plains. Minneapolis could see a daily record at 97 on Saturday, but look at some of those other numbers, like 103. That's an actual air temperature. So your heat indices could easily peak up around 110. So that's what your body actually feels, and that's why we pay close attention to it. New York City and Philadelphia, guys, have not seen a 100-degree temperature in 13 years. And we could do it. We'll get real close on Monday and Tuesday, but we'll definitely feel hotter than that, Michael.
Wow, that is something.
Check in New Mexico near Silver City. They've got a big old wildfire. Nevada, parts of Utah, Wyoming. Look at that, all the way down into Arizona and New Mexico. The relative humidities, when you see this, we're talking single digit, low as 3 or 8%. So on top of that, we're going to see some cooling weather next week. Let's get a check a little closer to home. The first book was a juicy thriller, so we're really looking forward to the new one. Let's get a check a little closer to home.
Series What Fills Your Cup? All week we've been celebrating our new studio by dropping by local coffee shops around the country. And this morning we are
It has been an incredible first week here in our studio. We want to thank our crew for, the transition, making this
our first Friday here in our new studio. Yay! I'm Rebecca. It's great to see everyone.
Great to be with you. I am Will Reeve. We are fist pumping, so some Daft Punk on this Friday. Great to be with all of you, including Rhiannon and Ginger. Ginger just back from a great assignment.
Oh, yeah. It was beautiful. I don't know why I came back.
See any sharks?
We didn't.
No.
Yeah, all right, next time. Coming up here on GMA, we are not going to just talk about the heat and the big change to Martha's Vineyard weather, but also how you can save and invest even when you think your budget is too tight.
And Tori Johnson is back. Chic Deals and Steals debut. That's coming up. Yeah, but we're going to start with that dangerous heat.
Remember, people have psychologists.
What? Really?
Wow. I know. It's hard to believe that, right? Philadelphia has not done that there.
Exactly. Now let's talk about holiday travel, July 4th. Yourself with a stat, with that.
I mean, hey, you got to get the stat in because it backs up your argument.
Yeah.
You, of all people, the economist.
I love that you bring to the table.
Like 2. Okay. All right. Cool. The meteorologist and the economist say keep the decimals. Sounds
all
good.
right. Let's turn to something that I need to learn more about.
Dr. Narula is with us now to break more of this down. Thank you for being with us. We'll have conversations about body.
And so I think the big message we give them is that you want to build a strong or things people we see on TV or in magazines, and we really try to steer.
So important. Even have snacks all the time, readily available as a kid.
Every day.
But are snacking constantly. As a mom, I can't show up somewhere without a snack.
Stomachs, so they're never full.
All day, every day. Thank you, doctor. Coming up, Bruce Springsteen's review of Jeremy Allen.
Very good.
All right, coming up, one woman on a budget found a way to save and invest in her future.
the summer stomachs that you said your children have. But we are going to turn now to Investing 101, and who better to lead us through it all than Rebecca Jarvis. Money is tight for so many people.
Yes.
It is hard.
In life's most challenging moments. John, welcome to GMA3. It's nice to see you.
Good early morning to you.
Because you're really flipping the script here on how we deal with grief and adversity and how we can build emotional resilience, which I just think is so important at this time.
By the way, I thought that we were all going to be together, so I brought you copies of the book.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm going to have to mail it to you.
Please do.
But develop grief empowerment instead of grief avoidance. So the flipping of the script is not about moving on from grief. It's much more about moving through grief. And that's really how you build emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is about
You are flipping the script. You are a distinguished psychotherapist. You're a mental health expert. So in your experience, what is something universal that we all struggle with, no matter where we come from, no matter what our background is? You say that we can heal it through something called inspiration exposure. What is that as well?
So no matter, learn to live with as much faith and with as much confidence in the sorrowful or the sad in your life as you do with happy aspects of living. It would change your life completely. So accessing the arts in this way, or
You have to someone who thinks that maybe my grief is just too much. I can't even begin to tackle this. What is your message to them before we...
That's the magic that's the magic in your tragic.
Thank you so much, John. We really appreciate you. The Magic in the Tragic is available now, and we'll be right back.